All right, it is Memorial Day, and do this short video of really all the work I've done in recovering the garden and planting some good stuff. So I'm pretty happy with where things are going and what I've been able to do, growing some food. All right, so here is my bed of peppers, and I don't know, you probably can't tell, but I can. These have grown pretty well. I've got red, these blonde and yellow, and some green peppers, and even a couple blanos all through here. That's some blackberry, wild blackberry ripped up. But I got these basically 3 beds of peppers, right? And then right here I got some parsley sown there. I don't have anything in there yet. I'm gonna probably get more field peas, and over there some zucchini. These beds right here, you can actually see a few of these field peas that are sprouting up. So this is the second sowing of the field peas, and this is the first planting of the field peas. I weeded up a little bit. You can still see some weeding in there, but you can see like here, right, we've got it's going up to the second leaf. Right over there, got some green and yellow wax beans, and this is the second planting here. You can see, let's see, go over here. You can see they're sprouting right there. So not bad so far on this side of the garden. Got a lot of weeds over there that's really starting to get out of control, so I got to get in there and get that out. So I spent some time yesterday weeding out a lot of this stuff. Here is, I believe this is wild blackberry, which may actually end up coming out. I'm not sure. If I like them, I'll keep them. But I mean, good night, man. Look how tall. That's taller than I am. And these things have thorns that are killer. All right. So here you can maybe see the bare. You can see wood right there. So this is another raised bed right here, which I'm gonna rip out, and I'm gonna plant corn here. This one that I recovered, I'm not sure exactly what I'm gonna put there. I'm gonna rotate a little bit here. These are the bush cucumbers I planted, and then here you can actually see these little, it's hard to tell in the beginning which are weeds, but I put some coriander, actually cilantro down here. Same thing, the seed is coriander, the leaf is cilantro, right in this area. And then I just direct seeded some trellising cucumbers. These cucumbers that get long, similarly you get them in the supermarket. So these would be sort of the regular cucumbers you get. I forget these are the burpless, but they're like a bush variety, while these are the trellising, so I'm going to build a trellis for those. This bed is all tilled up, nowhere to go. Okay. Here, probably going to put string beans as well. Probably I'll do them in succession. I'll do like 1 row, and then maybe like 2 weeks later, a second row, right? So we get it spread out through the season. Made that mistake before. I plant everything all at once, and then guess what? You get everything all at once. So here are the raspberry forests, right? So I'm gonna be out here. You can see a lot of red in there. I'm gonna be harvesting and probably getting these directly in the freezer. You can see a lot of still ones that are developing. So these are doing quite well. Right in there, you see some that are ripe and some that are not. So all through this next couple of weeks we'll be harvesting. Okay, so I got this many raspberries out of there, almost a full bucket. A lot of them are deeper red, so they're less sweet. It was hard to get out here when it was raining with this tropical storm, so a lot of them sort of overgrown, and we've got some moldy raspberries as well, which is disappointing. Here you can see moldy, some of the stuff we've harvested and some of them are coming in. You can see mold right there. A lot of them I just dropped to the ground. Yeah, so the two of those I harvest, but oops, and it goes. Here's a couple good ones. So yeah, a little more tart with when it's brighter. But yeah, you can see moldy. So, but you can't get all of them. And that storm really jacked us up. It's moldy right there. And then these, I still haven't got this part really under control by the greenhouse. Still leaning on it. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do. I'll figure it out eventually. But you can see these are all raspberries, but these are the summer raspberries, midsummer. So these, once all the raspberries over this side are harvested up, and we'll be getting these raspberries in the midsummer. So, which is really great. And one more thing, this area had the raspberries hadn't really progressed to it, so I decided I direct seeded some lettuce. Say like a Cherokee Summer Crisp, so apparently heat tolerant, and this another seed from Johnny's. I'll probably list it in the video. I forget the name of it, but it's supposed to be heat tolerant. So I'm going to see, okay, just test out the heat tolerance of it and see if we can get some lettuce growing. Yeah. All right, next going to move over to these lovely tomatoes. I don't know if you can see here, got a whole row all the way down there. All right, and then you can see this white string which I've connected to this crossbar up there. If you haven't seen the other video, this is basically a PVC pipe that I painted that helps it to withstand the UV, because UV will break down the plastic, right? So this tomato twine, basically you form like a slip knot, right? And then you bring it over the tomato and you just sort of wrap it up. Wrap it up with the tomato there. And then I have these white clamps there, getting in the frame, this white clamps that hooks onto the trellis and then around the vine. And so then I'll just add more as it grows up. Here you can see I've pruned the leaves off the ground. It's right here with this cool wet weather we've just been having. It's really not good for tomatoes. It ends up developing blight. But the upper leaves are looking great. If it's they get a lot of blight from the dirt and bacteria, from what I've read. So try to keep it off of the dirt. So, but you can see here, we got flowers, little tomatoes there. This is I think I lost the tag. I think this is black cherry tomato. Right here, we got a little bit of fruit there. Yeah, so these tomatoes are doing well. All right, and then here is the lone eggplant, which we'll probably make baba ganoush from. Here are zucchini. They're doing well. You can see just the bits of blossoms that might want to come here. I have a real problem in the past with these squash bugs, and so I probably will put some Sevin Dust out on these to prevent all these squash bugs. Right, I got some weeds in here, but I've also got this really cool balsam flower that I planted here that keeps reseeding, so I'm actually gonna put those in another part of the garden. You can see right here, right? It's not a weed, it's a flower. It's a really cool flower. And actually, you can see more right here. Right there, this balsam. The flowers are really cool. All right, so here All right, on these beds. I have more black cherry tomatoes. We just throw them in stuff, eat them, cook with them. And I haven't, right there you can see the trellis system for that bed. And I got a couple stakes here. I'm gonna build the same thing here because these are indeterminate. So you want to trellis them up and prune off the suckers. Here I wanted to, really done too much with bush tomatoes, but these are 6 Better Bush I just got from Lowe's. I got a tomato stake. So that you don't have to prune, you just, I'm gonna tape it to this stake and keep it upright. Over here, cleaned out this bed over this weekend and I planted a row of lima beans. They're about 85 days to harvest, so we're looking at probably mid-August harvest, and then I'm gonna do, in 2 weeks I'm gonna do another row, so that'll take me into September time frame. This bed I need to finish cleaning out. This bed I cleaned out and I got the sweet potatoes going. Now these vines will go everywhere. I've done sweet potatoes a couple years back. I did it for a couple years, and I got pretty good sweet potatoes from them. So these I got from Lowe's. Looks like actually they're really starting to take off, which is good with all this rain and moisture. Now the east is this way, so most likely the vines are going to try to go this way. So from my experience, so I'm going to build probably get some stakes and some netting so it can kind of grow up on that, and I'm going to try to train it to go that way. I still need to clean out that bed. I don't know if I'm going to put anything there because I put some this right here. I got raspberries over there. I planted them there and they sort of went all wild. So you can see right there's some raspberries. I put 2 varieties. One is a black raspberry, I believe. Another's more of a late spring raspberry. So they're just about coming. So my plan was to try and get raspberries throughout the whole season. So maybe I'll succeed. Yeah, you can see a little bit of red in there from that one. I think the ones down here are more black raspberry. So we'll see. I'll have to figure out how I want to trellis them. Yeah, it's nice and thick. There's a little bit of thorn on it. It's a good shot right there. So one other thing down here, yeah, I believe this is basil. I seeded this in front of these bush tomatoes, basil, actually quite a bit of basil. So I think like this right here, these are the cotyledons of the basil plants coming up, right there, and then mixed in with some weed. So we'll just let them go. I don't want to pull out the weeds because then I'll disturb the basil. But yeah, I'm very excited. Actually, forgot to mention, over there I put some, in front of those tomatoes, I put some purple basil. So hopefully has some good. We have basil, cilantro, parsley. I already have rosemary. I have a big thing of sage. I've added some thyme. Actually, I might just take a video of that too because it's pretty cool. All right, so this is my area of rosemary, and this is sage. Look how lush and thick this sage. You know, and this is just permanent. This will just keep growing. It's perennial. Here, I added some German thyme. I had a lot of time on my hands, so I think I need to set our clocks to a different time zone because it's German thyme. But yeah, dumb jokes. But hopefully, you know, we get a really thick growing of this thyme here. Here's some other rosemary that I planted long ago. You can see how thick those branches are. And this is all oregano right here, but it's sort of in this area that I did a lot of ripping out of this area. just sort of in an inconvenient place, so I'm gonna have to think about where I want to put a permanent oregano planting. So in here, I'll just go ahead and show it. Still imperfect, but I had planted some muscadine grapes along here, and then some other like table grapes over there. Still need to weed out some of the stuff, and a lot of wild blackberries grew up in there. And here, yeah, I just kind of wanted to make this a farm. You can see really this thick vine there. So I need to redo research on doing the muscadine grapes, and the bane of my existence, this poison ivy, which really jacked up my hand. It's healed up a lot, but yeah, I need to spray that. It's just let it go, and that's the result of letting things go. They get big and become bigger problems. So, all right, so that's my garden, and Memorial Day 2020. Pretty happy with the results of the work. Gonna get some good harvests and food, and having fun doing it. Working from home a couple of days a week definitely helps. You get out here and do it. But yeah, lot still left to do, a lot. So, all right, happy Memorial Day.